Hello, it is Wednesday, November 23rd, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Wednesday puzzle, of course, so a midweek puzzle, midweek difficulty, will have a theme. May or may not be a complex one, may or may not be a tricky one, we'll just have to find out. And this midweek edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Jenny Montague, Lewis Williams, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, and the indomitable Shulmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for directly supporting this channel and helping to make it a sustainable part of my daily work. I do very much appreciate that. And if you'd like to join their ranks as benefactors and get the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve. And there's a link in the description field underneath the video where you can also, which you can follow to become a patron at any level, not just a benefactor. And for doing that, you will receive all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week. So do investigate that if you're interested. Thank you to everybody who has become a patron at any level. I do very much appreciate it. And also you can join in another link in the description field, the Daily Solve Discord chat server. That's a nice welcoming community, and you can subscribe to the channel. Obviously on YouTube, please do. Tell a friend, like the videos, etc. Thanks to anyone who's done any of those things. All right, let's get on to the puzzle. This is a Wednesday crossword. It was constructed by Erica Sung Wojcik and Matthew Stock. I think Erica's second puzzle and Matthew Stock, I think somewhere around a dozen. And it was edited. I think this might be their second collaboration, possibly. I'm not sure. I didn't look into that. Anyway, edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's start solving. Home of Cribs. Well, Cribs was something, maybe still does, I don't know. Aired or airs on MTV, I believe. And this is a show about essentially the homes of celebrities, basically. Okay, you really came through, buddy. Oh, my man, maybe? You really came through, buddy, my man. Yeah, you could imagine that. And assent in the House, yay. So House being capitalized suggests this is the House of Representatives, legislative body. So yay as in yay or nay, voting on a measure. Social service, question mark. Interesting. So I wonder if this is referring to social media or something. The question mark turns it into some kind of pun or wordplay. So I'm wondering what the sort of cute interpretation is here. Oh, a tea service as in a tea service? A tea set, maybe? Because you could have a social, right? You could have people over for tea, for a sort of social engagement, and have a tea service, a tea set. Let's see. Look at the crosses. Poet Elizabeth Bishop's alma mater. Well, this is certainly not knowledge I had offhand, but just with that V and A, I would think Vassar College. Okay, red and yellow circles, right, and it's italicized, so it must be a theme answer. I have absolutely, just not even the slightest clue what that's getting at. Let's look around. Group. Can't see it, that's annoying. Not on the rocks would be neat, so a drink served neat, no ice, not on the rocks. Okay, so tea set is plausible. It's plausible, but I don't know enough about 15 and 18 across. What about 25? Oh, right, red, yellow, and green circles. That's a traffic light. Traffic light has red, yellow, and green circles. So red, what is red and yellow, sir? Oh, MasterCard logo. The wow, weird. Yeah, the MasterCard logo has overlapping circles that I guess are red and yellow. I didn't remember they were red and yellow, but just that MAS pushed me in the right direction. Right, okay, so we have essentially different things that visually comprise circles. So MasterCard logo, traffic light, what are the other ones, I wonder? Red, yellow, green. Oh, one of them is going to be the Olympics, I bet. Red, yellow, green, and blue circles. Ooh, this is getting too many for me to keep in my head. What about this? Red, yellow Olympic rings? I bet that's the answer here. Let's just quickly check this to see. International brand with a 3-syllable name. Oh, IKEA. Yeah, there we go. 3 syllables. Stuff. It could be crap. Let's check the acrostic. Author Janowitz. Oh, not sure offhand. Pile of paper. A ream of paper. It's not really a pile. I mean, I guess it is. It is literally a pile, but I think of a pile as being something messy, whereas I think of a ream of paper as being very neat. But I guess that isn't definitionally incorrect. Natural stew thickener. So okra, because of that sort of almost gooey, slimy texture it has, is a natural stew thickener. Jet setters need a passport. And what is this? Janowitz Tappy? Patton or Platoon? Those are films. War drama? So Tapa Janowitz. Okay, I'll have to look that author up. TV series with a Time Lord informally. Doctor Who. So I guess I'm sort of solving this puzzle in a pincer movement. I'm attacking it from the top and bottom and closing in on the middle, I guess. It was just because I looked at this Olympic rings and wanted to confirm it, and now I'm just here, so I'm going to keep going. Test taken in a tube, in brief. An MRI, you take in a big tube that you enter into and have to be very still for a long time. Oh, fudge. Aw, nuts, maybe? Oh, and MRI stands for magnetic resonance imagery. Okay, blank mountains formation made by the collision of the continents Laurasia and Kazakhstania. The Ural, I mean, certainly know of the Ural Mountains in a geographic sense, but I was not aware of that fact of their formation. That's interesting. Laurasia and Kazakhstania, that's very interesting. Figure in Maori mythology. Oh, I'm sure I'll know this name, but I can't bring it to mind offhand. Tennis champion Naomi, well, thank you to her appearance in the crossword a couple of times. Osaki, or is it Osaka? Oh boy, I just thought I knew this a second ago, and now I'm not sure I do. Expressed agitation as a llama shed. No? Descriptor for a candle or a party lit. What does a llama do when it's agitated? I don't know what this is. What does a llama do when agitated? I would have assumed it was shed hair, but that doesn't work with either of what I was thinking about that. What about this? Super tight grasp. I don't know. What about this? Red, green, and blue circles. Oh, I don't know. I'm completely falling apart. Energy field that can be read, an aura. Boring routine, metaphorically, a rut. You could be stuck in a rut with a boring routine. Where the Wild Things Are is the classic illustrated children's book. And symptom of urban expansion, urban sprawl, they say. Certainly could have suburban sprawl as well. Worshipped person, an idol. And say what you want. Is orate, maybe? Give a speech? Question mark makes it a little punny. Goof, I'm not sure if that's right. Oh, a pine, maybe. Share an opinion. That might be better. Say what you want. Want is, Still not sure it's right. Goof, rhyming parent of a lamb. A you? What? Why is that rhyming? Rhyming with the pronoun you? I don't quite understand. Rhyming parent of a lamb. Oh, a ram, because ram rhymes with lamb. So, okay, so this was completely incorrect. Twice over. So say what you want. I'm actually not sure. The modern era, maybe? One of many for the goddess Durga. Oh, arm? Yes, to goof is to err. There we go, finally. And say what you want. Offer? It's kind of the opposite. Request would be the what I'm looking for. So what is this? Say what you want. Sorry if this is very clear. What's this one again? Super tight grasp. Oh, is something grab? That looks like a tough cross in 66 across, though. And what was this? Red, yellow, green, and blue circles. A map of some sort? Ah, this is so frustrating. What about this one? Response to who's in I am. As a matter of fact, that's right. Why, yes, maybe? Oh, a twister. Twister map. Oh, right. Is that what you call the sort of board on which I've maybe played Twister once. It was decades ago. You call it a map, I suppose? Red, yellow, and green. So it's right. You say what? Right hand green, left leg blue, that sort of thing. Red, yellow, green, and blue circles. Wow, I'm not surprised I didn't get that one. Okay, so what is this? Super tight grasp. I wonder if I have something wrong somewhere in one of these other answers. I'm probably just missing something very obvious. Say what you want. Utter? I don't know. Idle seems correct. I'll just keep solving. We'll get there eventually. Dough is moolah, money. Absorb as new information. Ingest? Sound a waiter makes. A slosh, maybe? Waiting in water? TV's gray and house for short. Oh, right. MDs, doctors? Right, okay. So, digest new information. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense. And a falafel-making need would be oil to fry, of course, the chickpea batter. Okay, or whatever you'd call it. I don't know if you call it batter. Poet who wrote, "The cow is of the bovine ilk. One end is moo, the other milk." That's Ogden Nash. His book of animal... Oh, my goodness. Sorry, the fire extinguisher needs to be replaced. Battery needs to be replaced, I guess. Not extinguisher, fire alarm. Wait around is... To wait around is to what? Takes care of taxes without help from the post office. E-files. A sort of silly E-word, but the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, does use that phrase, e-files. So fair enough. And I guess it is worth specifying. Okay, wait around, linger. There we go. Oh, order food. Say what you want. Why was that so difficult for me? I don't know. So this looks strange. Maybe this isn't arm. I? No, but goof. Is goof not air? Rhyming parent of a lamb ram. I mean, this all seems right. Twister. Maybe this isn't map. Twister mat. Twister mat. A death grip. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, tiki, a figure in Mary mythology. Tiki, right, of course. And expressed agitation as llamas spat, I suppose. Right. Oh, yeah, you do see, I don't know, people draw sort of comic strips and things about llamas spitting out of, I guess, agitation or maybe frustration, sometimes in a sort of cartoonish sense. Okay, blank them pronouns. They, them pronouns. And quattro meno uno would be tre for 3. 4 minus 1, 3. Ancient letter could be a rune. And some 911 call respondents in brief could be EMTs, emergency medical technicians. Just okay is a ho-hum, so make up some time after that big digression there. Not digression, but that long slog. Natural resource. And laughing syllables, ha-has. So raw, natural resource, raw talent, right. So raw talent before it's been polished into, I don't know, I suppose craft or practiced sort of confident ability. That's a nice match there, natural resource to raw talent. Okay, genetic messenger, RNA. And like a mocking grin, a wry grin maybe? I don't necessarily think of wry grins as mocking per se, but yeah, I can understand what that means. Evergreen tree with poisonous seeds, a yew tree. All right, yeah, you do hear about the poisonous you in sort of, I don't know, classical references and things. Sole one, the sole remaining person, the one remaining person. And like a sad face vis-a-vis the sort of conflicted face, I guess, emoticons. Worse, I suppose, as in I'm feeling worse. If you're illustrating your mood with the sad face vis-a-vis the kind of angled mouth face, yeah, I guess you'd say I'm worse. List at a department of motor vehicles. List of fees, I suppose. And comes to totals, I don't know, a bill at a restaurant, for instance. A group is an association or something? What is this? Or to group is to... not sure. Gemstone that can come from petrified wood. I don't know, is it onyx or something? What is this? Italian tire company. Oh, this rings a bell. What is it? It's something guns with an I? LLI? Ferrelli or something? I'm not sure. I'll delete those just in case. What port is on a ship? Port is the left side. There we go, port and starboard. And word before bull or after ball. Before bull. Pit bull or ball pit. There we go. Coolers for short. So cooler could be a drink, it could be a prison, it could be what? I'm not sure. An opal? Does an opal come from petrified wood? I don't know. I don't obviously have this actual knowledge, but it seems like it would fit with that P. So coolers. Oh, AC's air conditioning units. Right, there we go. And then runaway suddenly is dart off, maybe? Dash off, maybe more common, but with that R, dart off, perhaps. Let's check the crosses on that. Something is profound observation is a deep observation. Oh, Pirelli. There we go. That's it. That rings a bell now that I see it. Pirelli, the Italian tire company. Great. Many a download a PDF, a portable document format file. And gesture of greeting or gratitude. A hat tip, maybe. You tip your hat to say hello or to say thank you. I mean, I suppose when I say you do that, I mean, people once did. Not so many hats worn in that way now. Singer-songwriter with the 2021 Oscar-winning song "Fight for You." Her? Oh, group, assort, as in an assortment, but in this case of the verb. So is that? No, it's not. Well, I mean, that might be correct. But boy, this is my third non-validating puzzle in the past few weeks. That's not great. So I might, I'm going to probably cut to the bit where I find it. I'm just going to run through one by one and see what's wrong, but I don't want to make you watch that. So I'll be back with you momentarily. Okay, my suspicion is it's here because I wasn't familiar with the author Janowitz, and stuff, it occurs to me, could be cram as a verb. And it was. Okay, there we go. Whoops. So there we go. Sorry about that. If you knew what was going on there and were frustrated earlier, I apologize. But that was the puzzle. So yeah, I really need to be more careful about jumping to conclusions, I suppose, especially when I know I don't know the cross, as in this case, Tom Janowitz. Yeah, I wasn't. Often with authors, I'll even if they didn't come to mind instantly, I'll sort of know them later. This is one, I mean, I've probably seen the name, I guess, but it wasn't familiar, so I should have been more attentive to that. So there we go. That was the puzzle with our very sort of cryptic theme here, vaguely alluding to different colored circles, the red and yellow circles of the MasterCard logo, the red, yellow, and green circles of a traffic light, the red, yellow, green, and blue circles of a twister map, and the red, yellow, green, blue, and black circles of Olympic rings. And look at that. I thought they maybe did this, but didn't confirm it at the time. They do, each one strictly contains the circles contained in the preceding theme clue, and they each increment by one. So red and yellow, we add one green, add one blue, and add one black. That's very nice. That's very tidy. So our constructors here needed to find this succession of four things that actually maintained this strict pattern, increasing in circle count and maintaining the colors, which is the tougher part, I would think. So well done to them for figuring those out. Twister mat is definitely the one. I mean, maybe it's just because it's the one with which I was least familiar, but I do think it's the least iconic of these, in the sense that the sort of general design of a twister map with a grid of circles is sort of fairly iconic. A lot of people recognize that. I don't think these colors are. I mean, you'd have to, I think, play Twister for that to be very familiar, where these other things are fairly recognizable. Certainly the traffic light and the Olympic rings. MasterCard logo, maybe the colors slightly less so, but there are only 2 colors, so it's less complex than the Twister mat. Anyway, well done to them. I really appreciate this. This is one of those themes that's very, very simple. It's not sort of, there's nothing really linguistically novel going on. It's just sort of a fun, interesting thing that they found. They just found this sequence and were able to support it. And I think it worked well. And it was sort of fun because there's really no way to predict. There's no shared subject matter or area of knowledge that connects these things in any way whatsoever. So it's sort of interesting having to pull such different material. So anyway, there we go. A nice puzzle by Erica Sung-Wojcik and Matthew Stock. And that was our Wednesday crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. And now let's just look at a couple of clues from yesterday's puzzle. I think maybe literally a couple too. Okay. Nix Hicks explains, a chimenea is a bulb-shaped fireplace or oven. That's new to me. Definitely not familiar with that, although obviously it is etymologically related to a chimney, clearly. And she points out there's an alternative spelling, but I don't think it would be pronounced differently, so probably no need to read that out. But thank you, Nix Hicks, for that bit of context. And Gary Britton points out, of course, correctly, well, correcting me, that a Kir cocktail is cassis and white wine, whereas with champagne, it's a Kir Royale. So I was remembering a Kir Royale cocktail, yes. I think even though the Kir is the sort of baseline cocktail, it seems like the Kir Royale has maybe become more common in recent years, perhaps, the champagne variety. So it's either white wine and blackcurrant liqueur, cassis, or champagne and cassis. Anyway, they're both nice. So there we have it. And thank you, Gary Britton, for that correction. And I think it was just those 2 corrections from yesterday's puzzle. So thank you to those 2 commenters. And that's it for today's video. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow for the Thursday puzzle when our theme gets a bit more complex or ambitious or involved. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Wednesday. Take care.